Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Fang, just Fang, back in another Fang Just a video, and today we're finally going to be talking about Sinbad Part 3. Now, about a week and a half ago, I did a stream where I actually played Sinbad Part 3. You'll probably be seeing gameplay on that. I'm just questing on my Witch Doctor. I'm actually level 69, so almost max, and I finally hit almost max on all my characters, or all my classes, so I'm very excited about that. But let's get into the topic at hand. Sinbad Part 3. The ups and downs of it. I don't know what the title of this video is going to be. I haven't planned that far yet, but I'm just going to speak to you guys about it. There's definitely some ups, and there's definitely quite a bit of downs. I'm going to be honest with you. Just blatantly obvious. I'm an extra credits guy, and I know what the community thinks about that, and, you know, I'm going to be critical of new updates because I'm a human person that should be critical of the game that I love playing. So, oh boy. Let's go with the ups first because, you know, there is some ups. Quite a bit of ups, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So, if you really think about it, this new update is just straight up just way longer than Sinbad Part 2 and Sinbad Part 1. It might even be longer than them combined, maybe not. But the length of it is just a very good length for a new, not story arc, but new kind of like content patch. Like, this is what I would expect every, you know, quarter or something. Obviously, it's not every quarter, sadly, but it's a good amount of content to play. And I mean, I played it in what? It took me about 2 hours or so with people helping me. So I had 2 other people. Thanks to the viewers for helping me. I always appreciate viewers coming on the streams. I don't stream that often, but yeah. Very good length. I also really just love the quest line. Like, Sinbad Part 2 was just you go to this tower in Mushu and then you're kind of done. Sinbad Part 3, you're going to different worlds. Like, you go to Sky Island, you finally go back to Azteca, which is pretty cool because we've been there in ages, and then you go to Marleybone and do that entire quest line. Oh, and that's so cool. I really do love it. That's what I really love about Sinbad Part 3. It feels like a main quest storyline. It doesn't feel like you're just going to a dungeon and doing the dungeon, you're done with your storyline. No, you're actually doing it because you have a reason to do it. And the voice acting, spot on. We love it. I said this on stream. It's truly crazy that every single quest and side quest is just completely voiced. It's just so cool to me that, you know, most RPGs you'll find, they're just like silent, or maybe like the main storyline will have voices, but this is fully voiced, and I love it for that, and Pirate101 does a great job at that. Now, I don't know, it's I think I'm gonna say spoiler warning, probably for the rest of this video. If you don't want to know about Sinbad Part 3, why are you watching this video? I don't know. But a major spoiler that also like was really cool was that Kane's crystals are fake, like basically an illusion. I don't remember exactly what they said, but they're like, oh yeah, the crystals, they're actually just like to throw you off or something. And I know exactly why they did that. Obviously the crystals were because they didn't even know if they were gonna like do anything with the game anymore. And then they're like, oh shoot, we're actually gonna do something with the game, so let's get these crystals and be like, oh yeah, no, they're actually not real, and you know, we might go to El Dorado, which is so good. I'm so glad that that's the thing. They cleared it up in such a weird way, but like, oh wow, it's good. I'm glad they cleared it up at least, because now I feel like there's a chance that we might get to El Dorado at some point eventually. That it's really who knows when, but it might happen. It might happen, to be honest with you. That was probably the peak of the entire quest line, to be honest with you. Now the actual enemies were basically just like the normal thugs and whatever, and unfortunately they didn't really do a good job at their powers. I feel like it was kind of just off in a way. I can't really explain it, but it just like, I guess I can explain it. The thugs, the cat thugs, were actually just witch doctors, which is really weird to me. They were like witch doctors that could like punch you from a bajillion miles away, and that was just kind of off-putting to me because I'm like, wait, why can they do that? What? There's no like, it's just like some random thugs. Like, it's not even like anything important. And I just remember playing through that, and I'm like, this is really weird. I don't know, not a fan of that. And then a lot of them were just reused. I don't think there was any new enemies specifically, except for, I'll get to that, the whole Rook thing. We're not going to really talk about that until the downs, but I guess this is already the downs. But no, literally, oh man, the enemies were insanely difficult, stacks on stacks of epics, and just way too much health and way too much damage, and their accuracy and dodge was wild. Like, I think we stacked like 3 Espiritu Corpse. I still don't know how to say that thing, but you know what I mean. And they were still hitting and they were still dodging, and I'm like, there's no way. Like, it was kind of ridiculous at that point. I was like, wait, hold on. How are they doing this? And then I realized, oh yeah, they're just massively stacked. And I think it was even like hitting through like Overwatch 3 with that minus accuracy, and I'm like, this is wild. No, they said, at least I heard a viewer say, shout out Doomlord07, you helped me so much and you inspired this video, so I appreciate you. If you're still watching, hello. You said that they made it harder and more difficult for the players who, you know, want a challenge, but then since it's main storyline, when they do the level cap or then they update it again, they will, you know, lower the difficulty. And I said, okay, that makes sense, but also, yeah, this is way too hard, man. Like, if you're trying to solo this, I don't think you can, to be honest. You probably can if you're like the best PvP lord out there who's really good at PvE as well. But man, I could not solo this. That would be so bad. El Toro got like shot up in like 2 hits, and I'm like, this feels like the guards from Valencia that just killed me instantly. It was so bad. But let's hope that they're actually going to make the difficulty spike a little bit less on that, because it is a kid's game, you gotta remember that. And when I'm having trouble, I'm not good at all, but, you know, when I have 5 maxes and I'm having trouble with the game, I might be saying someone. But I think most people who are max at this point aren't little kids, and that's not really the, like, demographic anymore, just because this game's older, and it's kind of more of a nostalgia piece. But, you know, yeah, maybe tone it down a little bit on our main quests, because, like, I understand, like, dungeon key bosses can be as hard as you want, which the Obsidian key bosses were easier than Sinbad Part 3, which, so if you want a real challenge and you haven't played Sinbad Part 3, definitely play it, because it's quite hard. Yeah. Oh boy. So, yeah, the enemies were insanely hard, which I think was just due to, you know, the challenge, but it also feels just like they're doing it so then it feels like it's more content because you have to try harder and like you're spending more time in battles, which I kind of don't like. When, yeah, I'm not a fan, but it's okay. It's okay. Now, the real thing that got my chat all stirred up was the final fight. So this is major spoilers. If you really don't want to see this, please exit my video. I'm okay. Just make sure to hit that subscribe button. No. But no, basically at the end, this like one guy like reboots Rook into like Bran the Raven Lord. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember exactly what his name is. But yeah, bro gets just revived, and apparently it's the real Rook from the RMS victory, HMS victory, whatever, like the, you know, the Rook fight. I don't know. And bro's supposed to be destroyed, and they just kind of rev him, and then he's like this like mindless puppet, and then you just kill him, and that's it. It's like, if you're gonna like revive that story beat, you need to make like a surefire reason of why he's back alive. And I'm into the story, but I'm not so into the story where that made me upset. But oh boy, Doomlord had some not colorful language. Bro just like was not too happy that they would just respawn Rook like that. Like in the Kane fight, Rook, the 2 Rooks are like, you know, hollow shells of Rook, not actually real Rook. But this was apparently real Rook. You can't really do that, I feel like. Just bringing back such a big character just to get like, I don't know what they were trying to achieve with that, to be honest. Were they just trying to, like, get people to be like, oh, yeah, Rook's back, this is cool, I like the storyline. But, like, I feel like people who care enough to actually do Sinbad Part 3 are going to be the people who are kind of annoyed if there's no actual reason why Rook should be back. So, it's a little confusing to me what they were going for in that, and I think that it's, I wouldn't say disrespectful. Disrespectful is a very big word, very strong word. It's more just like, give a proper reason and don't just revive an old character just because. Like, I don't know. It just feels like just to get like brownie points almost, if you know what I mean. I don't know. Not a big fan of that either. I think that the fight was okay. Bro had the same powers though, which just kind of felt like a copy and paste of the Rook fight with different enemies and different levels, obviously. It was pretty easy, I feel like, but probably because I had people carrying me who've done it a million times. But do I think it's worth playing Sinbad Part 3? This is just another question. I like to ask this question on most things. Is it worth doing this stuff in Part 101? Short answer, yeah. I would say if just to get the storyline, do it once. Don't force yourself to do it more than once if you really don't want to. The gear, I'm not a fan of the gear. I mean, it's cool looking. I like the trash aesthetic, but like, it's not something I would strive for. And since the drop rates in Part 101 are like actually abysmal and horrible, I would not actually go for it unless you're like super duper want it. I assume if they ever like put up the level cap that it will be easier and they will lower the difficulty. Man, I'm really hoping that they're gonna raise that level cap because I think it'd be really important to do that. It's unfortunate. it's honestly unfortunate that they haven't done it yet, and there's just quests that are like past level 70. Like I'm actually, as we are speaking, I'm almost level 70 on my Witch Doctor, and I've played through every single side quest, and I'm like halfway through Aquila. So that just shows like if you're actually playing all of it. I mean, all the main quests gets you to End of Valencia. So like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like. It seems like we should be raising the level cap, and we're not. And it's still sad. The more content you add without raising the level cap, and it's main quest now, so it's like, hey, we should probably do that. But obviously they'd have to make new powers, new gear, all that stuff that goes into that, which is a lot, obviously. But is it worth it? 100%. I wasn't there in the community, obviously, when the first level cap, from 65 to 70 was raised, but that's probably not the first time. But I assume it was a pretty big deal because, we got new powers, we got new gear, we got new obsidian key stuff. I think it was quite a bit of content when we got that, and I think it would warrant, this amount of content warrants a level cap raise, and we don't have it, and it's unfortunate. But I'm rambling on now. Let me know what you think about Sinbad Part 3. It's definitely interesting. I don't know if you heard this, but I probably shouldn't be talking about this because I'm going to be posting this in the Discord, but it's a little bit of a leak warning, so hey, don't watch this if you don't want to get leaked about the potential story update, which we've already discussed about. The new area starting with T it's like almost confirmed because I have to like, I love the Amoplex, but I cannot, say, hey, you should pay attention to this leaker. But hey, you should pay attention to this leaker because I love the Amoplex. But in the files, there was a new area called Tartarus. So Tartarus 1, Trinon Palace was like, I didn't like it as much, but I pinned it just because I thought maybe that was actually like the easiest way out. But they actually went for a new area, which I'm very excited about. Playing through Aquila again, I would love to see Tartarus. So that's the new area. We'll see how that goes. I really hope they raise the level cap. Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this either, but I'm doing some exclusive thing with the devs. What is it, next Wednesday or something? So that video will be out probably a week from when this is uploaded. So look forward to that. That's gonna be really cool. I'm so excited. We might get a story beat drop. Don't count on it. That's basically what Hercules said. So don't count on it, but it should be pretty cool. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say this. I mean, I assume so, because it's going to be public knowledge in, a week, and you guys get a little sneak peek for staying at the end of the Just Fang video, but, so stay tuned for that. Make sure to subscribe if you're not a subscriber and you're still watching, because, yeah, that'd be pretty awesome. I'm excited for that. And I need to update my questions to ask about the level cap, because that is very important. I need to know. I'm fiending for that, so, yeah. Let me know again what you think about Sinbad Part 3, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.